I don't really know what to do anymore. Being a farmer down the rural end of Missouri, life gets a little lonely. I only had 3 friends, all farmers. My wife died 10 years ago of a disease, and it's hard to combat loneliness alone. Income hasn't been so great lately. Something has been attacking my livestock. They are my main source of income, and I've been going in debt. I met up with some of my friends at the local bar, the only place that really still runs in this dump of a town. "What do you mean killed?" asked Joseph. "I don't really know what you're talking about," said Paul. "Animals don't just die for no reason." "I swear, they just died out of nowhere," I exclaimed. "They have deep saw-like cuts on their head and the rest is just whatever it didn't want to eat. I have no idea what it is." "Well, we can't help you," said Josiah. "We have our own to keep some group of coyotes out of our farms too." "Thanks for the help, guys," I said and stormed out the bar. I never realised how late I end up being out some nights. I swear I got home around 12 AM and walked into my house, ate some chips and then walked up to my bedroom and just passed out. Howling. Not like any animals I've ever seen. It sounded unworldly, like it was from a different planet. Maybe even a different universe. It sounded like 6,000 screams from the lowest pit of hell echoing through my ears. I smashed open my gun cabinet and pulled out my rifle. I ran over to my barn and climbed the ladder. I sat on the roof waiting for that little coward to attack my animals. I heard the howling again. It was tearing up my prized cow. I climbed down to get within range of whatever was killing my animals. I'd have no mercy against what had made my life a living hell for the past few months. I walked up to the gates of my cow area. I shouted out catcalls towards it, and I heard it howl again. Closer, at least 10 feet away from me. It flew with an amazing speed, making 10 feet look like 10 inches in a second. I saw it. It was huge, black, beastly thing that easily towered 10 feet crouching. It twitched naturally and very frantically. It had mangled, pitch-black fur covered in blood and entrails. The musky smell of blood rang throughout the air. The beast's claws easily reached 2 feet. His blue eyes flared like headlights. I was the deer caught in them. I looked down the barrel of the gun and got a clear shot towards its head. I was trembling, the sweat coming off my head like a waterfall. I shot it directly in the head, and it got smacked to the ground for a second. It stood up and the bullet left no damage. In fact, it barely tore the skin. I looked in horror as the beast lunged at me. I ran, as fast as I could. I was tackled and clawed across the face. I grabbed my gun 2 inches from me and shot it again at close range. I felt the shell back down on me as the creature stared at me, unharmed and fully aware that I was trying to harm it. It took its giant palm and smashed my face, then clawed it. The monster picked me up with his teeth and I blacked out. I don't know where I was now. It was dark, and the smell of dead animals was intense. I saw multiple bloody carcasses on the floor, ranging from raccoons to foxes. I tried to stand up, but when I looked down, a huge gaping hole in my side was visible, and I couldn't describe the pain I was in. I inched towards what I thought was light and saw freedom, but I was deep in the woods. I'd started to slide down an incline, and then the slide went from just sort of sliding to flying down the incline at about 20 miles per hour. I slapped a tree with my face, and then I laid down on the ground in pain. I continued to slide. Then I heard the beast from hell's call again. It was close. This time, I was sure I was going to die. The creature hovered over me, and just lifted me up and threw me against the tree. I slid trying to escape, but I was just lifted up and thrown on the ground, then stomped on. I was praying for death, but the creature wouldn't let me go out the easy way. beast reached down and screamed in my face. I watched as 3 more monsters walked near me. I witnessed in fear as they howled and more showed up. At least now I knew there wasn't only one of those things. I tried to stand up and run, but as soon as I tried to stand up, I was smacked in the back by one of the monsters. I was rolled over, and I stared into the eyes of the animals that planned to murder me. I stared into their eyes for 3 brief seconds. The light flooded my eyes. My God, the light was bright. They took their sharp 2-foot-long claws and dug them into my eyes. I felt every single twitch, push and tingle. I screamed, and then nothing. I felt absolutely nothing. I shouldn't have messed with these things. I know I shouldn't have. My vision was restored, but I felt all the pain I felt back when I was alive. My body stung everywhere. I don't get how people got the idea of clouds and golden gates and all that. It's just a pitch black forest. There's nothing up here. Only the constant howls of the beast in the distance. Those who meet death, get prepared. It's just a hunting game. Welcome to hell.